Colonial National Historical Park is in Southern Virginia. It covers multiple sites, including Jamestown, Yorktown, and a parkway that connects them. Let's explore Yorktown. In the summer of 1781, the United States had been fighting Great Britain in the Revolutionary War for 6 long years. George Washington needed a way to end the war once and for all. Fortunately, the French came to help America. They were led by General Rochambeau. British General Cornwallis was building a fort in Virginia around Yorktown. Washington and Rochambeau came up with a plan. If the French Navy could defeat the British ships, they could trap Cornwallis at Yorktown. So the French ship fought the British in the Chesapeake Bay and the French won. Washington and Rochambeau rushed their armies down to Virginia and began bombing Yorktown. Most of the Battle of Yorktown was done with artillery. Artillery means cannons and large guns. The American and French artillery did a lot of damage to the British fort at Yorktown, but they still needed to get closer. Unfortunately, the British had 2 redoubts standing in their way. A redoubt is like a mini fort made out of piles of dirt and tree branches. The French attacked Redoubt 9 and the Americans attacked Redoubt 10. The American attack on Redoubt 10 was led by Alexander Hamilton. After taking the redoubts, the French and American artillery could move closer. Then they bombed Yorktown to smithereens. Eventually, Cornwallis surrendered and a peace agreement was signed at the Morehouse. The British Army was forced to leave Yorktown while the American band played music. The British soldiers ignored the American army, so the band started playing Yankee Doodle at them. Yorktown would be the last major battle in the Revolutionary War. America was free at last. Let's go visit the park. At Yorktown, we visited a visitor center and then headed out onto the battlefield. This is where the bombing of Yorktown began.
This is the Grand French Battle. A whole row of cannons are called a battery. It's all gone now, but these used to be Washington's headquarters during the siege of Yorktown.
Here we found Redoubt 10 that the Americans captured. A funny story was told about something that happened after the capture of Redoubt 10.
General Washington said if you see a shell, yell out shell for all to hear. I'll do no such thing. It's not befitting a soldier to run around screaming shell. Shell!
Now what do you think about running around screaming shell?
It's a miracle that no one got hurt by that.
And here's Redoubt 9 that the French captured.
The cannons fired all day and all night.
You can see Yorktown off in the distance. The Morehouse also still stands today.
The two sides came to agreement right here.
This is the site where the British troops surrendered. They marched off on this field. In Yorktown, there is a monument to remember the victory. We won! America's free! After Washington won the war at Yorktown, he went to Busch Gardens. See you at the next park!